Hey folks, hope you're having a good day. Today we're going to be doing a little bit of Nebulous Fleet Command. I am going to spend some time messing around on Fleet Editor. I got a couple ideas that I want to play with, so maybe we'll mix and match. I don't know exactly what we're going to do yet, but we'll see. So the first thing that I want to try to do, I think, is I want to try to build a fleet that's like strictly anti-point defense. This is good, or strictly anti-missile. So this is going to be like a meme fleet kind of deal. I'm just going to throw on as much point defense as I can and see if I can actually stop missiles from hitting me, which is going to be a tall order. I think the ship that is best equipped in terms of firing arcs for point defense is the light cruiser. So this is going to be primarily a light cruiser fleet. Let's go ahead and throw in 3 light cruisers to start with. Actually, the destroyer has some interesting options. We may also just want to get more. I think this is the thing about this is, let's see. So 350 is how many PD hard points do we get for 350? So so let's say, let's just look at 1/2 of it. So we've got 3 large and 2 small. Basically, if we're looking at the least optimal angle, and then we probably want to have a couple different hull designs so that we have complementary PD, because they tend to be kind of oriented in different ways depending on the hull. And then, so this is 3 large and 2 small for 350. This is 1 large and 1 medium and a small for 240. Actually, this is. Thought it said 350, but this says 395, so I'm not sure what happened there. Oh, I guess it threw in a reactor, a drive, and a radar automatically. Okay, so. And then this guy is 165 for 1 large and 1 medium. Okay, so let's just do a little bit of back of the napkin math here. The number of large hard points is 165 for 1, 395 for 3, or 240 for 1. So I think the light cruiser is the best deal. I think we're gonna go with that. I'd ideally like to have something that has PD on the sides as well as the front and back, and I also think we want at least 1 sprinter to provide, or frigate to provide surveillance. We'll see about that. Let's do the PD first. Let's see what we can set it up with. So one of the things I want to do is I want to try to build different missile types and see if we can build different types of missiles for shooting down different types of attacks. So let's throw some missile launchers on there. Where are we going to put those? Let's put the little guns first, I guess. So little guns. Ideally, we like to have Auroras everywhere, I think. For the little guns. Okay, so we got 4 Auroras. And then let's put in some missile launchers. I'm going to start with all VLS 1s, and we're going to see what that does for us. I'm probably going to end up swapping out one of these for like a VLS 3, or VLS 2 actually would be better, probably. Okay, so we threw out our stuff. Let's look at our power. Our power is at 140, so we need a second reactor. No big deal. Where's our reactor? There it is. Okay, that's still not quite enough. We can put another reactor here. Since the power requirement is so huge, I'm going to put 2 more reactors. So we got 4 reactors here, which is a little bit risky. I'm going to go ahead and throw in a redundant reactor fail-safes. Okay, we've got a thing with 4 Auroras on it and a bunch of missile tubes. The other thing we could do, actually, we don't have to do all missiles. trying to think what's the best in terms of firing arcs. So of these different gun hard points, which one becomes visible first? I think they're about the same. They all kind of come into view at the same time. So it doesn't really matter too much which one we put which type of weapon on. I'm gonna put a Sarissa here. And then I'm gonna put a rebound here. And let's put another rebound here. Or sorry, stonewall is what I meant to say, not rebound. This is kind of ridiculous design, I know, guys, but it's just an experiment, okay? I want to see, you know, if we can actually effectively stop missiles in a match. And we're probably going to have one of our light cruisers have some guns or something on it, just to provide a little bit of firepower. Now let's go to our missiles. So we're going to want to... We probably want some active decoys. Let's say 8 active decoys. We'll put 2 in each of these things. Three in each of these things. Okay, so we got a bunch of 4 in each of these things. Okay, so we got a bunch of active decoys. I don't think we need the flares and chaff if we have those, hopefully. I want to put in the riposte block 2s. So these are shooting down size 2 and 3 missiles. Let's put in 12 of those. 12 of those. And 12 of those. And then let's create another missile that's specifically for shooting down torpedoes, tier 3 missiles. So it's going to be a ballista still. It's going to be kind of short range, I think. Okay, this is as short as it goes, so let's give it some speed and some maneuverability. We don't want it to have a big burn duration, actually. That could be detrimental because it's more likely to hit rocks and stuff like that. Let's do about like that. Actually, let's maximize its maneuverability because we want it to be able to hit corkscrewing hybrids. So let's do that. Let's do... Actually, we could even do shorter than that, I think. No, we can't. It won't let me. And then let's do a blast fragmentation. We could either do blast frag, which is 49 hit points, or blast frag EL, which brings up to a 4-point cost and only does an extra 8 hit point damage, but increases the blast radius by 12 meters. I don't think that's worth. Okay, so we're gonna stick with that. And then what type of seeker do we want for these? Could be electro-optical, could be wake homing. Wake homing doesn't really work again in PD, I think. Let's do command receiver. Active radar is also okay. Let's do steerable active radar. What's the range of this? 2,000. That's plenty for this type of missile. And then direct guidance, defensive, size 3 only, salvo size 2, distance priority near to far, launch type. This is tough because hot makes the missile... I think cold actually makes the missile launch faster. So we're going to go with cold here. Terminal maneuvers we don't need. Target loss, presumed search. Trajectory preference. I think we're going to do free approach because we're hoping that this missile is more maneuverable than whatever we're shooting it at. I'm going to try that and see if that works out. We did maximize our turn rate. Okay, and what do we call this thing? That's the hard part. We're gonna give it a 13 designation because the riposte is 12 and shoots down size 2s. This only shoots down size 3s. Actually, maybe let's make it 130. Okay, what do we want to call this? Let's see. This is anti-torpedo missile. We got things like a riposte and buckler for shoot. Oh no, buckler I think is let's see. So going with riposte, let's think about what other counter moves can we do. Let's call this like the judo throw. Or we could just call it the parry. Let's call it the parry. 30 parry. Okay, so that's gonna be our anti-size 3 missile. And we're gonna put some of those on each of these guys. Let's put 8 over here. 8 over here. How much do each of these things cost, by the way? 2 points. That's not bad at all. So if these work as like they're supposed to, which they might or might not, then we'll have a pretty good system. And let's save our fleet, by the way, before I mess up and screw something up here. Let's we can also put folders now, by the way. So 3K fleets. Have to refolderize the existing ones later. 3K CLs PD. Max PD. Okay, and then we need a magazine and some ammunition. We also want to have some damage control and a backup CIC. So here's a backup CIC. We're going to move this CIC to a more safe location, let's say here. And then up here, where do I want to put the magazine? Let's put it back here. So this is going to be a reinforced magazine. We don't need a lot of space for PD ammunition. So for sand shot, how many is this per round? For 25 units. So we'll do 100 sand shot. Should be more than enough. I don't think this thing ever runs out of ammo. And then the flak rounds, let's do 300 because we don't have that many flak guns. We just have the 2 big ones. And then I think we want some mods for the Auroras. So we're gonna put, I think, no, it's not the actively cooled amplifiers. What's the one? I think we want the energy regulator. Can I put they're just small energy regulators, that's okay. I'm gonna put a small energy regulator and another small energy regulator. Yeah, actually, let's put a mount gyro, because for the... Do we need a mount gyro for the Auroras? Not really, right? And then, in terms of sensors, what do we need? Worry about sensors later, I'll come back to that. I do want to see if we can fit a tracking center... Track correlator, there we go. Okay, so that's our first cruiser. We'll give it a name later. Right now it's the Elf Lazy, which is a terrible name, I think. Let's throw in another light cruiser. So this one was like all anti-missiles, basically. But with a little bit of guns. This one, I'm gonna make it mostly guns. So, I'm gonna put Aurora again on all the little slots. Okay, and then this can still be a VLS-1 back here. And we're going to give it some active decoys. Oh, we got to put it in missile, what is it called, a scryer. Let's do 12 active decoys. And then some riposte block 2s, 12 of them. Some parries, 14 of them. Let's put more ripostes. 22 ripostes, let's say. 20 ripostes. That's fine. Okay, so that's our anti-missile things. And then we need a scryer. Which section is that? Oh, we forgot to put damage control in this. Let's do that real quick first. So, we also need birthing. Birthing can go in front here. That'll soak up some damage. We could put a large DC locker up here. Another one down there. Okay, that's fine. And then here, we're gonna put the basic CIC up front here. Another one all the way up top in the back. Then we're gonna put the birthing here. Large DC locker. Large DC locker. Okay. And then we got the Auroras. We need power. And I think we're gonna go with the 4 reactors again. And then the regulator, or sorry, the reactor failsafe. There we go. Okay, so now what are we gonna do with these gun slots? Could put like, I think we want more Sarissas, but I also want a ton of rebounds. So let's go ahead and stick a rebound, or Stonewall on every slot here. Stonewall, Stonewall, Stonewall. I think for Sarissas, in order for Sarissas to be effective, you need to have 2 or 3 of them firing. So I think I'm gonna put one more Sarissa on this guy. Let's put it here. Okay, and then this is gonna be our magazine again. And then where's our scryer system gonna go? I think that's a compartment, right? No, maybe it's a module. It is a module, okay. Let's see where this module's located. Front and to the side, and to the other side. Let's put the reactor failsafes up here. Well, no, this is good, this is good. Okay, so scryer goes here. Okay, and this guy didn't have any module slots left, so we couldn't put a scryer. And then we'll put a small energy regulator for our Auroras, just like the other guy. And then what do we need in our magazine? We'll put 100 sand shot again. Or actually, I feel like that's way too much. This only has the 1 Sarissa. This I feel like could have 2 Sarissas. Let's put a second Sarissa on there. So we've got 3 Sarissas total. So now it makes sense to have 100 rounds of sand shot, I think. And then the flak rounds, let's see, it's gonna be, let's do 1,200 rounds. Because that's basically all this fleet's about. Might as well have extra ammo. By the way, guys, if you have experience with effective PD, if you have any suggestions, feel free to throw them out there. But I'm just messing around right now. And then I think we're going to have like a beam destroyer for our offense. Unless we could fit a heavy cruiser, but I don't think we can. 600 points. Yeah, that's going to use up all of our... We can't do that. Okay, so beam destroyer. Let's go ahead and throw in some reactors. Okay, I wanted this guy to have a lot of damage control. So he's going to be a favorite target. Let's make that a basic CIC. I don't really like the location of the compartments on the destroyer. I wish they were more like down here and up here. But what can you do, right? Okay, and let's do a Lucas Particle Accelerator. Basic CIC can go down here as well. And then this can be a large DC locker. Large DC locker. And let's put 3 rapid DC lockers, I think. For now. We'll think about that later. So this can fix itself really fast, which I think is pretty cool. And then... what do we want for PD on this guy? We can put an Aurora back here. Oh, we should get the energy regulators going here. So a small energy regulator for sure. I wonder if instead of having an extra reactor, if I should have a second focus particle accelerator. I mean, this increases the beam damage by 25%, so it's almost 50% when they stacked up. Reduces the burst duration slightly, which is okay. Yeah, let's do... No, I don't like that power, though. That's bad. Now we'll go back to the... I want to do second focus particle accelerator, but there's just not enough room on this thing unless I take out something else that's important. Okay, and then here we're going to have... I'm going to make this one a large DC locker. We're going to give up one of these things for a magazine so that I can have guns like the stone walls here. See, let's make that 300 rounds. We can do 450. Okay, and then these can be Auroras, I think. Let's see if we have the power. Okay, and now we got... Oh, we're a little bit over. Shoot. So what can we strip out to make this a 3K fleet? Let's compare the costs of our various ripostes here. 2 points per unit. 2 points per unit, they're the same. We could lower the number of active decoys we have on our first ship here, maybe. They also have 12, though. I like having 12 per ship. Let's, these stone walls are expensive. 40 points. Let's do away with one stone wall, put in a VLS 46. That way this guy can... Still not enough. Oh, so here we can get rid of the magazine. Might have to give up some damage control, which I don't like too much. Oh, there's just this slot we haven't filled yet. That's wacky in terms of power. Just messing around here. Plant control center. We don't have enough crew also. Do we go with one CIC here or one large DC locker? We could also do this. So this would have to be a berthing, or I would probably make one of these a berthing and make this another large DC locker. I'm only putting all my DC lockers in one place. Let's put one down here. And then this is gonna become the first CIC. This becomes a berthing. We have no missiles here and we're way over. This is our only offense, is the thing. Everything else is... we could have a missile frigate. Let's experiment with having a missile frigate instead of a beam destroyer. So supposing we had some VLS-2s here. These can also be Auroras or stone walls. Let's do stone walls because the frigate only has so much power. No, actually, I think the more Auroras, the merrier. Let's do more Auroras. Okay, more Auroras. Okay, now we got some room to put some offensive missiles here. Or we could do a size 2 and a size 3 launcher. Let's do that. Okay, so the size 3 launcher, we can stick in some halberds. Oh, that's already over. These things are too expensive. Let's fill the size 2 launcher and then we'll see. Hurricanes are command guided, 7 points. They have the corkscrew, I believe. Shield small steel is command guided, shape charge, 10 points. Falconet, these are the scout killers. I don't have any cheap missiles, do I? Let's make some cheap offensive weapon missiles. Size 2s. Okay, so we'll pick... Let's make them wake homing, because that's super cheap. Well, actually, it's not that effective, though. It just misses a lot. So let's go with fixed active radar. Let's optimize our top speed here. This gives us about a... I think I want like a 7,500 meter range. That's good. That's good. And maybe a little more maneuverability. Okay, good. So now... I don't want a decoy launcher. These things are going to be the cheap missiles, right? So... maybe we don't want any of these things. Direct guidance. Offensive, cold launch. Let's do corkscrew. Okay, so these are 6-point missiles. That's not bad. And then the warhead makes it 8. Or 16 if we do kinetic penetrator, which we don't want to do. I don't think. Just experimenting to see how we can reduce the cost, but we don't. As long as we have the corkscrew and the... It's gonna be 10, yeah, right. I feel like if we're gonna be spending 8 points on a missile, we should spend them more than 8 points and just make it a good missile. Like, right now I have a bunch of halberds, which are the tier 3 hybrids that have decoys, but these guys don't have decoys. Let's go ahead and add a decoy. So this is no longer a cheap missile. I changed my mind. I do that. Okay, and then so we got corkscrew, we got relatively good speed, decent range, we got HE impact, direct guidance, corkscrew, and then now our weakness is the seeker. I want to do command guided, I think. Okay, so it's a 22-point cheap missile. There's size 2. Actually, list the... I was looking for the number of points each of these costs. It actually listed on the left side here. So this is similar to the Peregrine, but it's not electro-optical. And the Peregrine, I think, is longer range. Maybe. Anyway. Let's call this, what do we want to call this? The... 270, so it's 270 series, because that's my anti-ship missiles series 2. 272. And then, what do we want to call this particular missile? They're all like weapons, shield, small steel, cutlass. Let's call this the armor spike. Alright, so we got that. Now, how many armor spikes can we fit on here without running out of points here? Let's put 24 on and see how... That's way too much. 12. And then... What else can we put here? What type of tracking? This is command. Okay, that's good. We've got 25 points left. That's about where I want it to be. We're at 100% power. We need another reactor that can go here. Good. This guy needs, at a minimum, some damage control. Let's put a large DC locker. Not enough crew. Okay, we'll put the berthing in front. Actually, we could put the... Let's put the berthing here in the middle. There we go. We're 30 points over now. Because of the large DC locker, I guess. So, small DC locker? Costs almost as much as the large. It seems like a waste. Okay, let's get serious about our cheap missiles now. This is gonna be... This is silly. This fleet has no offense. I mean, it's a meme fleet, but even still, I should have, like, a couple guns, right? I think I need to have the beam destroyer, even if it's bare bones. Let's ditch that. I'm sorry, guys, I'm indecisive. Because beam destroyer, the thing about it, even though it doesn't do a ton of damage, you know, once it gets into range, it's going to at least do something, and it's not going to run out of ammo, is the thing. I kind of want to give the Dragonfly drive so that I can aim it quickly, but I'm not a huge fan of the top speed debuff. Let's throw that on there anyway for now. Okay, so damage control and CICs. It's berthing. Focus particle accelerator, there we go. Okay, we still got a little bit of room, that's good. Like a reactor. Okay, so we might just not have any PD on this. Maybe we just have these 2 PD ships and then a beam destroyer. Because we just don't have enough points to make that work. So we need some DC though. Large DC locker here. Large DC locker here. And then one of our guys has to have good sensors, otherwise all this is for nothing. And we might want to put in some blanket jammers somewhere. Thinking about who's got the most power budget available. This guy's using 80% of power. I don't think we... Let's put a plant control center in here. There we go. 80% power makes me nervous. I don't want to lose one system and then have my ship's power go completely down. Small energy regulator for sure. What is this module here? This could be another reactor. Or reactor failsafes. We don't need supplementary radio amplifiers because we did away with all of our missiles, right? What do I do with these last 100 some odd, 120 something points, 123 points? Aurora seems to be like the good fit here, but they use up so much power is the thing. But we can put another reactor here. Here we go. Okay, now we got 13 points left. How much does it cost to get a VLS 1? 5 points, so we could put a couple more decoys or something. 2 decoys, it's not much. Let's go like that, and then add more decoys. Ideally, we'd also like to fit in a blanket jammer or something. Let's make this a blanket jammer. Blanket jammer. Too much. Get 3 active decoys and like a flare. Or chaff. Let's do chaff. Okay, and I think we could maybe strip off a little bit of Sarissa ammo here to get a couple more points for chaff and flares. This doesn't actually even need 2 launchers. It's there because each one of these is only at half capacity, just about. So we could strap out a launcher, save a couple points here. So I'll make this 24 ripostes, make this 16 parries, 6 active decoys, and then that's top. So we can strip out the other one on the top back here. And that actually enables us to have a couple more missiles, or a couple more decoys. And we're back up to 12 decoys, which is what we had before. Let's put some more decoys on this guy. Let's put 2 flare decoys. Good. Okay, I don't know if this fleet is going to be viable, but we're going to try it and see. I think it's not going to do like any damage. It's just going to be there for PD, so we're going to have to stick with another teammate that does damage, hopefully. And it's going to be completely useless if the other team has no missiles, so it's kind of a meme fleet. But... well, I'm looking at the wrong thing. I want to look at formations. Here we go. But... hopefully it'll be good. I mean, for that one particular thing that we made it for, right? Yeah, we're just gonna put these... I'm gonna put these a little bit ahead of the destroyer. So I'm gonna put the destroyer a little bit back. Okay, we're putting them in a very tight formation, despite the increased signature, so that the PD can help each other out. And we don't have any recon, so we're gonna have to rely on our teammates for that too. I hope that's okay. I don't know if it will be. Does this guy have a correlator? Track correlator? He did. Okay, so at least one of them has it. That's good. I think instead of an energy regulator, I'm gonna give this guy radio amplifiers, so that he can broadcast his stuff from the track correlator to the other 2 guys. Alright, so we're going to try out this fleet if we can actually find opponents. Let's take a look. 5K fleets, huh? Alright, I'm going to wrap up the recording here, and then we'll start a new one when we find a game. So if you're watching on YouTube, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe. It's free. And I will see you next time.